K-Lee. On your internet TV. Relational. Uplifting. Motivational. We coming straight from the heart with this one. Trying from the very start. She really tries to do her part. She comes straight from the heart.
Welcome to another edition of Straight from the Heart. I'm Linda K. Lee, your host, and we have a show for you today. Brothers, now I want my sisters to see this one too, but I really want to hear from the brothers today. We are going to be talking about dialoguing, talking one to another. Not that we're trying to diss our Caucasian sisters and brothers and our other sisters and brothers, but today we're just trying to figure out in this thing called the black community, why is the dialogue the way it is, or the lack thereof. Again, I'm Linda K. Lee, and for those of you who don't know me, I am a playwright, I'm an author, I'm a relationship coach, and now I am the host of Straight from the Heart. Oh, and our musical guest today. So last week, when our musical guest sang, I had to come out of the pocket and pay for the hinges on the roof because she blew it off. No, not really. But today, I might have to sell some stuff to pay for the hinges because this sister, now, and grammatically correct, I know it is sing, but this sister can sing. Okay? But until we get ready to get into our guest and our topic, or our musical guest, I need you to do what you do every week and take out your pen, take out a piece of paper, a calendar, take out the paper so you can calculate how your money is going to be spent when you spend these $30 on this play. And then I need you to circle April 28th, 4 o'clock p.m., 50 miles per hour is the production. Well, Linda, tell me a little bit about it. Is it funny? Is it dramatic? Will I be able to relate to it? I think so. But guess what? If you be still, don't go anywhere, and check this out. I promise you will go to Eventbrite before the show is over and get your tickets. Check this out. Okay, so let me tell you this. Technology is the bomb until it messes up. So let me tell you about 50 miles per hour, okay? So if you've ever had this situation or heard somebody with a situation where they're kind of going toward the 45 to 50 to 60 age and they tripping, like just tripping, they need to come and see this play. How about this? We all trip from time to time when we think about getting older. I like the ER on it and not the old. Look, the play is funny. The play will make you cry, and you will definitely be able to relate. Now, the $30, the cost of the ticket, it not only includes the show, but it is your entrance to the meet and greet reception after the play. You get to break bread with the cast, snap a couple of selfies with us as well. I want you to come on out. It will be at the Atlanta Salvation Army Kroc Center on Saturday, 2 weeks from today. Saturday, April 28th, 4 o'clock p.m., 50 miles per hour. Okay, are we up for the musical? What are we doing here? I have to talk to my staff on this live. Okay, so now I just told you about the play. Let's hear what Freddie got to say about it. Check this out.
Oh, lovely ladies.
Lee Legacy Productions presents 50 Miles Per Hour, the stage play that answers,
what do you do when your relationship's midlife crisis is bigger than yours?
50 Miles Per Hour takes you on a roller coaster ride through this complex thing called getting older. So whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50 or older, you'll laugh.
I'm Freddie. You can call me Freddie.
You'll cry.
You stopped being my friend a long time ago.
And you'll definitely be able to relate.
Yeah, girl, I'm tired of meeting guys on those stupid dating site. I tried a new one. Ooh, SookySookyNow.com. I got desperate with that one.
50 miles per hour. Saturday, April 28th at the Kroc Center Theater.
967 Dewey Street, Atlanta.
Woman, what you want from me? I work every day. I pay all the bills. I keep food in the refrigerator. I put up with you, your friends, your mood swings. For God's sake, I'm only human.
50 miles per hour. Tickets are on sale now at eventbrite.com.
Also, your tickets include a meet and greet reception.
Don't miss 50 miles per hour, a Lee Legacy production.
God is a God of love, and he does not require of us anything that he does not provide. So the first song that I'm going to sing is a song about the love that he's provided. Fairest Lord Jesus, he's the ruler of all nations. O thou of God, he is man the Son. Thee will I cherish, thee will I honor. Thou my soul's glory, he's my joy, he's my crown. Fair are the meadows, fairer still the woodlands, rolled in the morning garb of spring. But Jesus is fairer, Jesus is purer than all heaven can sing. Fair is the sunshine, fairer still the moonlight, and all the starry heavenly host. But Jesus shines brighter, Jesus shines purer than all heaven can boast. Fairest Lord Jesus, he's the ruler of all nations. O thou of God, and he's man the Son. Thee will I cherish, thee will I honor, thee will I cherish, thee will I honor. Jesus is purer, Jesus is fairer, Jesus shines brighter, Jesus shines purer. Thee will I cherish, thee will I honor. Thou my soul's glory, he's my joy, he's my joy, unspeakable joy and full of glory. He's my joy, he's my crown. Because God is not only a God of love, but he's a God of relationship. This second song is a love relationship song. Love, soft as an easy chair. Love, fresh as the morning air. One love that is shared by two, I have found in you. Like a rose under the April snow, I was always certain love would grow. Love, ageless and evergreen, seldom seen by two. You and I will make each night a first, every day a beginning. She spirits rise and their dance is unrehearsed. They warm and excite us because we have the brightest love. Two lights that shine as one. Morning glory and the midnight sun. Love, we've learned to sail above, and the time, it won't change the meaning of one's love. Ageless and evergreen.
Oh, lovely ladies.
Lee Legacy Productions presents 50 Miles Per Hour, the stage play that answers,
What do you do when your relationship's midlife crisis is bigger than yours?
50 Miles Per Hour takes you on a roller coaster ride through this complex thing called getting older. So whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or older, you'll laugh,
I'm Freddie. You can call me Ready Freddie.
you'll cry,
You stopped being my friend a long time ago.
and you'll definitely be able to relate.
Yeah, girl, I'm tired of meeting guys on those stupid dating sites. I tried a new one. SookySookyNow.com. I got desperate with that one.
50 Miles Per Hour, Saturday, April 28th at the Kroc Center Theater.
967 Dewey Street, Atlanta.
Woman, what you want from me? I work every day. I pay all the bills. I keep food in the refrigerator. I put up with you, your friends, your mood swings. For God's sake, I'm only human.
50 Miles Per Hour. Tickets are on sale now at eventbrite.com.
Also, your tickets include a meet and greet reception.
Don't miss 50 Miles Per Hour, a Lee Legacy production.
Now, maybe sometime in my life, I just can't call it like right off, that I've heard someone sing where it sounds like music was playing. I was sitting there when Kimberly McMullen, Lady Kimberly McMullen, was singing, and I'm like, okay, I don't see a keyboard around the corner. I don't see a violin in the back. And then she have the audacity to bust up in here with some Barbara Streisand. I'm like, you better work that thing. She was awesome. Oh my God. She got us all hemmed up and in worship. And then she took us to worshiping the one we love, who God blessed us with. I'm like, you gotta go, girl. So that was just awesome. Lady Kimberly McMullen. Look, if you are looking for a songstress, that's her. Just get in touch with me. 678-499-1802. Go to my website, LeeLegacyProductions.com. I will get you in contact with Lady Kimberly McMullen. And the end of this year, somewhere around Thanksgiving-ish, look out for her new CD. That came straight from me, okay? Look, we have been musically inclined and motivated, and now it's time to get into some conversation. I love JS, and this guest who's coming up next is going to give us some JS so that we can learn how to speak to our men, and our men can learn how to speak to us. What is JS, Linda Lee? Some juicy stuff, right? We gotta learn. We gotta get some juicy stuff in here. We gotta get this thing right. I introduce to you all none other than J. Renee.
Hi,
Hey, Jay.
Linda. How are you?
Can I call you Jessica? No, you like Jay. Jay.
Renee.
Jay Renee. I know, I get it. I love my Linda K. Lee. So we got this thing, okay? We extra, that's what it is. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you.
It's actually a pleasure.
Absolutely. I could introduce you I read your bio. I am going to be using bits and pieces here and there, but I want you to look right in that camera and just give us a little teaspoon of who you are. Tell them who you are.
Okay, I am J. Renee, and what I represent, I am a daughter of the Most High God in every essence. That means I'm royalty. That means I am gifted, anointed. I am an heir of the kingdom. I am treasured by God, loved by God, courageous, and I have a confidence in God and a faith in Him that I know He is going to bless His baby girl, because that's what I call myself.
His baby girl.
Yeah.
So you are a, if I'm not mistaken, you do some motivational speaking. You're a life coach.
Yes. I'm a
Okay.
life coach.
Are you married?
No.
Have you ever been married?
I have. I'm divorced.
Okay. All right. Got children?
No.
Okay. All right. Because they want to know the essence of you. I remember I was promoting some things some years ago. I think it was my first book. And I was promoting a book, and I may have been doing a play at the time. And someone said, Linda, don't no one know who you are. Like, we know what you do, but we want to know, like, we can't get you don't allow us in your personal space. And so I said, okay, let me let them see. Yes, I'm married. Yes, I'm happy. Today I don't like him, whatever, whatever. But I didn't like it. I felt some kind of way when they told me that. I get it now, though, because I look at people, I'm like, I need to know who you are, So that's why I asked. Were you married? Did you have children? You motivationally speak. You're a coach. A lot of times people get coaching and therapy confused. And so what I tell people is, I don't go back to see why you're going through what you're going through. That's for the therapist. I take you from where you are right now, trying to get you. Let's go forward. Yeah. Can we talk?
We sure can.
Can we talk? So you have a forum coming up next week.
Yes.
Where did this baby birth from, though? Where was this whole baby birth from? Tell us, because I got people out there who want to hear what we're going to be talking about can we talk in the state of the dialogue between black men and women. But when I spoke with you, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't just relationally, romantically inclined that you're speaking of. You're talking about men and women, female, male, talking, whether it's me talking to my sons. I have 2 sons.
Right.
I have a lot of godsons. God bless me with a lot of godsons. I have 3 daughters, right? All of them are married. I'm married. I'll be celebrating 32 years on May 5th.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
And thank you. And we got that far. Of course, the only reason we got there was because of God, now the grace of God, and the work after we realized we need to center Him. He needs to be in the front and the back. We had some work to do. Talking, communicating, is like a big. The lack thereof, or the evasiveness of it, got us in a lot of trouble. And then not speaking each other's love language will get you in a lot of trouble. Why was this baby birthed in you? Why were you pregnant with such a vision to deal with dialogue of the black man and woman?
Okay, it was actually birthed through one day I was actually driving home from work, and I received 5 phone calls literally from different ladies, and they were expressing the same situation. Whether it was with their husband, because some it was with their husband, and others it was actually with their boyfriends and their fiancés.
Some romantic relationship. Okay.
Yeah, and so,
oh, by the way, you look cute. You rocking that jacket. I'm sorry.
Thank you,
I
girl.
digressed. Okay. Woo, I'm a girl though, all day long. Okay. All day long, I am a girl, and that is okay. She got on pink shoes. Can y'all see this? She is rocking it up here.
match my outfit.
And trust me, she's not just doing this today. I guarantee you rock it like this all the time. Go ahead, J. Renee. You should have heard the audience. Yes, those are girls. That's your girls. When your girls come with you, and then they like snapping it up because you looking good. We need girls. We need
Yeah,
community.
We do.
Talk to us about dialoguing.
Yeah, so what happened, they had the same situation, and from that, I noticed that because I actually work with a lot of men, and I get to hear their side of the story as well as listen to what women have to say. So it's like I've learned to found like somewhat of a neutral ground in a sense. And so when they were speaking to me about their situations, I actually posed questions based on what I had experienced with in conversations with my male counterparts at my job.
Which one of them sounded like they were whining?
Well, you
Because
know,
both can do it now. The men and the women.
oh, they definitely can. Now, to be honest, the men were actually whining. Yeah.
Y'all
You
get
would-
that,
you-
brothers. If y'all don't call in now, y'all ain't gonna never
You,
call
you
in.
would actually be surprised that I found out that men actually gossip more than women. Yeah, and that was kind of like shocking for me.
Okay.
But
Do they gossip with other women, or do? Because I can't see them really pouring the tea as we said it back in the day. I don't see them saying, "Hey, dude, did you hear?" I don't hear that. But with another woman, see, they can do it where it don't sound like gossip.
no, it's actually with each other.
Stop it now.
Yeah, with each other. And if they feel comfortable enough as with you as a woman, they're actually talk to you about different things too. Yeah, but it's if you give them that space, they will.
What's wrong with our dialogue? What's going on? You having this
You know,
forum for a reason. Something's
yeah,
wrong.
It is
Yes.
because it's our perspective. Men and women have different perspectives when it comes to just whatever subject comes up. There's a different perspective, and a lot of times you actually can be saying the same thing.
Oh God. Yes. Yes.
But it's the way that you're identifying what the other person is saying.
Okay. So you can be saying the same thing, but it's kind of like looking at something with you have on your lens and they have on theirs.
Because what happens is that person's background is involved, that person's experiences, their family dynamics, all of that is involved in how they're actually assuming things and presuming things.
Are we getting better?
You know what? I don't think so. I think because other elements are involved now, because we're so worried about other cultures and how they see us and how we're actually bringing the way they deal with matters into our matters.
Okay, so we're getting broad.
Yes.
So let me ask you, and if I'm tipping on a door, I shouldn't, because you just said you don't think we're getting better, and we realize that it's causing demise in relationships. Now, my second show, I want to say it was my second show. Oh, had a good show. Miss Leslie Beckles came on, and we were talking about being single in 2018 and not having to drop our standards, right? And she was, talking about men and women and how they look at things and how women look at. One of the things she said to me, because I was talking about that ugly statistic, especially here I think it's just Atlanta that I'm talking about. I'm sure it's all over, but right here in the A, about the number of women to men and how women are dropping their standards because they feel like, I ain't gonna never get nobody if I had to have my own man. I just share three more. I mean, I'll share him with three more, whatever. Because of the number, 33 to 1. So if we're not getting better in dialoguing, if the communication is off, what do we do to help that? And do you see that women are more open to change?
You know what? Actually, I think both are more open to change now because men are actually seeing it's hard to find a good woman. It's almost like there's a flip-flop that's going on too. You mentioned the statistics of more women than men, but when I talk to the guys, they're saying that's not so. They're saying that's really what the media and statistics want women to think, but it's not really as a broad of a ratio as it is because they said there are good men, but it's about what we're looking at to select a good man.
And we want them to bring everything to the table, but we ain't trying to bring all that. We want somebody with the muscles of a chestnut, but we don't want to work out and want to eat bonbons at night. Girl, I had a Planet Fitness what you call it, membership. And I used to go up there. I called myself working out, girl. I found myself just laying on the vibrating bed every day. But anyway, my point is, both have to work as hard, right?
Yes.
What is it that we're talk? What's the subject matter? Is it one, like a specific one, a honed in one that has the biggest problem as far as conversation is concerned?
You know what? I was just having this conversation with the guy who's going to co-host with me this time, Mr. Frank Luke.
Hey, Frank
Hey.
Luke. Hey, you better call him out, shout him out.
Yeah. And so anyway, we actually have an identity issue.
Okay, specific.
And
Give me some
yeah.
specifics on that.
I'm getting ready to break it down for you. What it is, we don't know who we are as women, and men don't know who they are as men. It's like there's such a cross up with how we are to live, how our jobs, just everything is involved in it. Men are getting lost as far as like their backgrounds, their family backgrounds, that is, and so much has happened to them, so they've lost their identity. So much has happened to women, so we've lost our identity
Okay,
as well.
right there. I hate to cut you off. I got it. When you said break it down, I'm like cracking eggs, and I want every little piece of shell. So if we say, let's start with us, because we're girls all day long. I tell my husband all the time, yes, I'm a woman. Yes, I'm doing this. Da, 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 da. I'm just a girl. Where have we lost ours specifically? And we're talking general because everything is different for everybody. Okay, for yourself, do you feel like you lost yourself somewhere? And even with, you said you were married, then you're divorced. Was dialogue a problem there?
You know what? I definitely would say yes, yes, yes. And I did lose myself, and God actually had to reveal this to me. Like when I was coming up, I was the type of person where outgoing. I wasn't going to let you define my fashion. I wasn't going to let you validate me. The validation came from the fact that, you know what? I'm Jessica.
And what happened to that?
You know what? A pimp move. I call it a pimp move.
You got Mac. So next on, no, just joking.
No. It was a pimp move, and what that is, I found that I was watching this show, this movie, and it was called The Preacher's Kid, and in it showed how the guy broke her down, and really, honestly, that's what happened to me.
Okay, you got Mac. I mean, you can get Mac in a good way now. But we can get Mac so much so, and I know what you mean, like pimp, and not necessarily hitting, but so much so they got in your head. Pimps is not about how cute the pimp is, or how much money they're gonna give you, or how good they are in bed. Because a lot of times they don't even do they. How do you say that without cussing?
Well,
yeah, they don't do their girls too much. They do them to get them, but they get in their head. Somewhere you already feeling a little something. For somebody to get, gotta have it. For somebody to come in, the fact that they telling you you're pretty and you need it and I want you, baby. For that to make you feel like he all that. Somewhere you didn't think you were that in the first place. Okay, so you said it was a pimp move.
Yeah.
And you got broken down in your marriage.
Yeah.
He became your everything.
He sure did, and I actually put him on a pedestal,
and
I put myself down.
Now we do that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily even with the pimp move. I don't know why I like doing it, but not necessarily just with that. We as women, we love hard, right? And so they love hard, but we love hard out loud. Like I love Johnny, and we don't care. We go in the store looking for if Johnny gonna like this, and we looking in the back saying, they don't care. They wear old t-shirts, something. Not that they don't keep themselves together, but we go out our way to make sure that we're doing all of this for them. Not saying nothing's wrong with that, but we set ourselves up for that. You say you put him on a pedestal, right?
And you know what? And I realized that I couldn't be myself. And a lot of women can't, but some men can't too. I have to flip it back and forth. But I couldn't be myself if I wanted to. Like me, I like church. I like to study the Word of God. That's who I am, and that shouldn't be an issue, but it should be an asset. But that was an issue.
That you love to study the word and you love to go to church and you know, but was
Not
that?
just-
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not just that, even things down to like don't compare my hair with someone else's hair to break me down either, or to make me feel like, okay, this is not good enough. Who you are is not good enough. And I remember saying one time, you know what? God gave me this hair, and this is what I'm gonna have to rock. And he looked at me like, wow. I was like, yeah, this is it. So, and also another thing is I had to realize that I had purpose too. And a lot of women don't fulfill the purpose that God has created them to do. What we tend to do is put off what we're supposed to do and shift to everything into them. But honestly, you should be able to do what God has purposed you to do, as well as them doing what God has purposed them to do. And those two things should complement each other.
Now, let's get back to the subject matter.
Okay.
I'm taking in everything that you said, but dialogue, that needs to be spoken. So here's the thing. I always say that marriages break down a lot of times because in the beginning, and this is our fault, a lot of this. Did you have a wedding?
Yes.
Okay. Because we, the girls, more so than the men now, we get caught up in that show called The Wedding. So a wise man told my husband a long time ago, he said, you have your wedding. It's beautiful. Your train is going all the way down Peachtree. You have 59 bridesmaids and all of them and their cute little stuff. That's cuter than yours. You're going to put a ruffle somewhere on them so they won't. But the point is, you have your beautiful wedding. You go off to this romantic honeymoon. You are rocking each other's world like. And then you come and you're getting out your car, right? And you're looking at your house and something's on your house waving at you. And you're like, you know them? Do you know them? I don't know them. I don't know them. It's called marriage. Because marriage is not a wedding. And we get caught up in that. So back to dialogue, right? So you were talking about how, you know, the breakdown method, the pimp move, your hair, your this, But I always say, and what I was saying that the wise man said, he said, you'll go off and you'll do all that, and then marriage is waiting on you when you get back. If in the beginning, at the altar, after everybody get through singing, you know, here and now, after they get through singing Ribbon in the Sky, if he pulled out a big old scroll, if he said, when he get to the part, the minister, now I don't want to say he, because women are ministers too, just had that show last week, and when they get to the better or for worse part, we like the for better. They making money, they fine, they treat me sweet, they open up the door, she's fine, she cute, she wear her hair like I want it, whatever. But they need to pull out a big old scroll that go from the ceiling down with the worst. I always say by the time they get to number 7, you'll be like, excuse me, I was just playing, I don't want to do this. For real, you play too much. That's gonna be on there for real. Dialogue. Maybe if that conversation would have been had, and you can't have all of them, you know what I'm saying, you can't have all of them, but did you try counseling so that sometimes you need a third party because you guys can't hear each other at a certain point? I know, trust me, I've tried to do that. In 32 years we have been through everything. We always tell people we've been through everything except sex and no, not sex, Lord Jesus, please, never not sex. So, devil is a lie, get thee behind me. But anyway, we've been through everything except drugs and alcohol. Everything else under the sun that marriage has had a part of. But check this out, we've had counseling, the dialogue between the two, that's dialogue too. Do you think you could have made it, or somebody else could have made it, even when you started feeling like you don't? Because pretty much what I'm hearing, see, this is why dialogue is important, because you got to make sure that the message you're sending is the one that's heard.
Exactly.
So he may have heard when you were like, you know what, God gave me this hair, I'm gonna rock it. He heard this, you don't tell me what to do. Both of them wrong. Wrong for him to say, if your hair was like that when he married you, and all of a sudden now he don't want you with your hair like that, it's okay to change. It's a way to say it. And it's a way to say it back to him that you don't tell him what to do. It's a way to say it. Is that what you're saying when you say dialogue?
Yeah,
the tone, the verbiage.
Yeah, definitely a way to say it. And you also have to repeat it back. Like for me, do you mean such and such?
I think I heard you say that's. People think that sounds elementary,
but it is so good.
We were part of a life group, okay, for marriages. First of all, let me tell you something. When it comes to relationships, marriage or platonic, you need community, right? And you cannot, absolutely not, do marriage alone. And one of the things we're studying in Classy Love Couples is that method of talking. Let's say he said, well, Jay, I'm not digging your hair. And Joanne down the street, she still look cute and she wear a flip still. And you're saying, so am I hearing you say you want me to go back to the flip? I mean, you literally, because if you don't do that, you thinking what you thinking in your head, that's what we'll come out swinging with. And it may not even been what he said or what you said. Is that what you...
Yeah, but in that situation, what I really found out is he was actually looking for something to criticize me, to validate what he was actually doing.
Which is leaving and cheating and want to get out.
That's it. Right. So that part, that was that. Because if a person, like for instance, if I can go somewhere and men are actually saying, wow, you are so beautiful. I like how you change your style. I like how you do that. That part for us wasn't it. It was the fact that he really wanted to find something to criticize me, to give him a leverage to get out.
Right. But let's just say, and that was him, Mr. Knucklehead, whatever his name is. But
it's all good.
Yeah, it is all good, but you are a gem. But the thing I was trying to say with dialogue, let's say if it wasn't that, if you guys had just sat and talked that thing through, you could have came to an even medium somewhere in the middle.
I would have loved to, and honestly, I tried, and we went to one counseling session.
One. Okay.
He did not want to go. It has to be, you have to be willing as well.
Yes.
To want to go to counseling.
Because it's hard. It's hard to talk one to another, let alone a third party. Right. And so is that why you're on this mission? Because you have personally realized that your life period could be much better if we learn to talk, even with our girlfriends.
Yes. Yeah.
But you said man to woman, so we'll stay on the subject.
Yes.
Because that's another subject for me. I have a book about platonic relationships.
Wow.
Like because they're deep, they're serious, and they're needed. Yes. But so is it this dialogue. Talk to us.
Definitely needed. That is one of the reasons. Like I've seen so many people around me, their relationships just coming to a demise. And the thing that I said, you know what, Lord, my marriage may not have worked, but I'm going to do everything that I can to see to it that someone else's marriage can work. Someone else's relationship can work. It can work. That's because awesome. I know that it can.
That's awesome. That's great. How long have you been divorced?
Over 6 years.
So you're dating now.
Actually, I'm not.
But you're out. I mean, you're free enough to date. I mean, I'm sure as pretty as you are, that you get a lot of women. I mean, not women. A lot of men who are interested. That's another show. A lot of men that are interested. Men that are interested. Suitors of the male persuasion. Yeah. Let's get that right. That are interested.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Do you see where do you see the communication and the dialogue? Because you got it from both ways now. You had it on the married side. Now you're single.
On the single side.
Yes, ma'am. What do you see is off on the single side? Because this is what I hear. Now, I am 54, right? Matter of fact, I'll be 55 on Thursday. And thank you. And I'm hearing from my sisters 50 and over that they gaming like they 30 or something. Like the brothers out there tripping. But I heard from a brother of mine yesterday that the women out there running game. I'm like, oh my God. And so
it's
I guess
both sides.
Is it because of dialogue or the lack thereof or what? Are we talking to them wrong? because what I'm hearing from the men, this is what I'm hearing. You tell me what you hear.
Okay.
I'm hearing from the men, the women now are so independent that it's to a fault, right? And what I'm hearing from the women is that the men are so weak and don't talk and no spine and stuff, and that they don't know how to talk. What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
I hear some of the same things, but I also hear where, like, say for instance, this friend of mine, he wants to date, but he also sits on the couch. And so meaning he's not doing anything.
Oh, he want to date, but he's not really making any moves.
Right.
Okay, I was like, well, because I was about to say, it's okay if the brother in counseling. I didn't know where you were going with
honestly, he wants to be lazy.
Oh.
That's it.
Lazy in approaching.
You know what? Honestly, it's lazy in keeping up his tempo. Because he told me that, the women are telling him.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Jay Renee. Oh, this is good. We got a question? Okay, how we going to get this question, Lord Jesus? Let's see if I can see from there, because I'm trying to be too cute in what my glasses.
And I'll finish this while you get the question.
Okay. This question is for you.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so we talk at each other instead of to each other. I talk about that a lot, but I'm going to let you get to that.
Yeah.
Now, we talk at each other. We don't talk to each other. Now, first, go back to your lazy brother,
So
and then come back. We got to get this question in now. Be telling people to call
with
in.
him, I asked him a question. I say, well, do you think that person who told you that, you need to take care of your temple, are they right? Are they correct in that?
Is he a big dude? Just,
He's
that's what
not
temple.
huge,
okay, because when I hear
but
temple,
he
I'm just
has
saying butted fat.
He has
Okay.
a tummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she wants him to. Okay, but is he
start
healthy? Is the
exercise.
blood pressure good? If his blood pressure good and the cholesterol straight, and he just got a little round
But
stomach,
now the qualifier is this: he's expecting them
her to have that flat, you can iron on her stomach.
Coca-Cola shake. But then you're drinking beer and your stomach is growing.
He eat
So-
cheesecake for breakfast, but we get it.
So it's that part. So you pose questions to people. Is it true? And then he had to sit back and think about it. He said, you know what? It's right. So he was able to see her perspective. Like, you know what? She has a valid point.
Okay, so he listened. So part of the
did.
communication in the dialogue is actually listening.
Yeah.
That question. Okay, it says, is it a question? Is it a statement? What is the question? Why do we talk at each other instead of to each other? Thank you.
I really don't think we've been taught
How to?
talk to each other. So I think that's really the main issue. I think too we need to get out of our traditions, some of our traditions that we're keeping in our family.
Like what?
Like
I'm
for
going to go
instance,
specific. That's my
yeah,
middle name. Linda K specifically.
like to expect the man not to respond. Like for instance, I'm a man, so this is just who I am. I don't communicate. No, you do communicate.
Okay, so let me go back. Let me rewind it back. The question says, why do we talk at each other and not to each other? And you said because we have not been taught to talk to each other. These are skills that need to be taught, right?
Exactly,
And then you said
skills.
we need to get out of our traditions. Okay, and so the tradition for the man is that because I'm a man, I don't talk. I
That's
provide.
a
I bring.
myth.
That's a myth on the man side. That's what I'm trying to ask you. Do we have myths?
For women.
We do. Okay, what's one of those?
Yeah, you know what? I think women they mistake submissiveness to not being able to truly verbalize the things that they should. I believe that there's a time.
And we were taught that wrongly. Is
yeah.
that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Because submission doesn't say, I'm a mouse. I'm not going to say anything about this situation. So to me, that's a tradition that we kind of need to know how to respond, because really the true definition of submission is actually to respond to. That's really a biblical definition. And I actually learned that from watching a Jewish pastor. And when you put it in the context of the scripture, it does, when Paul is saying to honor, for the man to honor and for the wife to give respect, that's a way of responding.
Right, but it also says in the word, submit one to another.
Exactly. Meaning we need to respond to each other
So
as
now-
unto the Lord.
All right. So back to the dialogue then. So the respect and the love should come through our speaking,
And
right?
our actions too.
Okay.
When we speak and our actions.
Absolutely, because nonverbal communication is loud,
Yes, it is.
very loud.
Very loud. Very loud.
We have another question. Oh, they hitting it today, honey. Okay, what y'all want to know? What we need to do? How we need to talk? Okay. Why don't we? That's not a question. That's a statement. Why don't we? Okay. Why don't we listen to each other's issues?
You know, I really believe it has to do with rivalry, meaning we're in opposition for each other's position a lot of times. Like for instance, some women, like we say we're strong-willed or whatever, but really you're trying to, in a sense, stand against that man to make your position more valid. And he's trying to stand against you to make his position more valid. When
Go ahead.
When in fact, our positions are meant to come together.
Absolutely, they are. And we can't, you said we would stand in opposition, and the woman is kind of coming against that man. I'm so strong. But then this is the thing. This is the here is the thing that's so crazy. So we do that, or they do that. I don't do that. I've done that.
Some people do.
I have done that.
I think both. I
have
both
done
do.
that, but here's where you go off. You do that, but then you want them to treat you like a flower, and you acting like a bush, right? And then you want that man. You want a strong man. So when he's strong, what do we want? I remember once I heard this pastor say he and his wife were having a heated discussion. And she said, "Stop talking to me like I'm a man." He said, "I'm not talking to you like a man. I'm talking to you like I'm a man."
Exactly.
Do you hear that?
But
I'm
he's
talking to you like
respected.
I'm a man. And I was like, yeah, and that convicted me. Because he's supposed to talk, not talk down at you or curse you. But if he was talking all sweet and soft, then you be calling him brother punk. He got some doggone balls, okay?
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got no, come on now, you don't want that. And so what I'm hearing is that, first of all, we need to be able to slow it down and listen. Listen is a part of dialoguing.
It is.
You said that
definitely.
earlier. Okay. And
responding is responding
appropriately,
is
with respect.
yes, definitely,
With respect.
definitely.
Okay. So we got 5 minutes. We have another question. All right
Wow.
now, because
And
these
he-
brothers, I would
and he
really
wants to go
wish you
back
would
to the-
ask these brothers, ask whoever's calling, is he a man or a woman, and what three? Oh, I love
I
it,
wanna go back to the
brothers. I
listening.
love y'all. And give me your name and whether you're from, and this is funny now.
I
You
wanna
may
go
not
back
believe
to the
this.
listening part.
Okay.
Too, though.
You may not believe this. It depends on what side of the country they're from, how they think. What's the question? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I've learned that people also don't listen because of fear. A lot of people fear like if I really hear this person, I'm not going to be able to do what I really want to do.
They can hear them, Jay Renee. Let me kind of switch that up for you. They can hear them, they won't listen.
Right.
Two totally different things. I can hear you, but to listen, that's fearful. Because if I listen, I may have to change.
Exactly.
What's that question? Talk down. I don't think we got to that. Why do we talk down to each other? Why do we talk down to each other? You answer. I'm gonna give you my spin. You go ahead.
Disrespect.
Disrespect.
Disrespect. Bottom line, we don't respect each other. We don't respect each other's like purpose. We don't respect each other. Just the things as a whole, as a person. And I think that that's what this dialogue is about on the 21st. I want to be in a position to hear what you're saying, and I want to get understanding about what you're saying, so that I don't want to look down on you, and I don't want you to look down on me either. So really, we do need this dialogue so that we can.
Yes, we do. And I want you to get the information about that dialogue. We only have a couple of minutes. But I also want to tell that brother, I think we talk down to each other a lot of times because we're fighting. in our minds. We're fighting. We busting jabs because of what you said earlier, fear. We fear that something may be said that we may have to change. Change is good. And it takes us out of our comfort zone. People don't want to get out their comfort zone. Oh my God, but do you not know how much God can use you outside of that? Because you're so comfortable you won't need him.
And then it also goes back to dealing with the person's brokenness. Because
Oh,
a lot of times,
yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, what I got? 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. Is it 2 overall? Okay. This is good stuff. Tell them about your dialogue, when it is, what's the cost, how do they get in. Tell them that before we close out, because they got to come.
Please do, but you have to register. It's on April the 21st, which is next weekend. It starts at 7 p.m. And it's on Eventbrite.
Eventbrite?
Eventbrite.
Okay, I was going to say that's a new one.
Yes.
All right, because I didn't.
Eventbrite.
Because you know what they'll say? I didn't get my tickets because when I went out to Ebrite, tell them where to get those tickets. Y'all better come on, brothers.
You can actually go to my Facebook page, j.renee, or at jrenejj, at jrenejj.
jrenejj. That one is easier. Is that .com?
No, actually, if they just do at jrenejj, it'll take them to that.
At jrenejj.
So you'll be able
Is there a phone number for my people who are not tech savvy, who do not do, no phone number? Okay. All right. So they register and they go out and they come in and they talk. They dialogue.
Yes.
And we're going to get this
and
thing
it's
straight.
$10 to register. And there's going to be food.
And it's worth it.
Oh,
we're going to
yes,
get the
definitely.
dialogue straight between our men, our women, our boys, our girls, because we have to know how to talk to our boys, our mothers.
Yes.
We need to know how to talk to our daughters, right?
It's about teaching them, and that's one of the things.
And we got to be taught. See, that's
Yes.
the thing. We don't know. So we all got to learn together.
Yeah.
Jay Renee, this has been great. This dialogue has been like on the one. And this is just a growing one. You will definitely be back.
All right.
I am going to, let me tell you. Absolutely. Absolutely, you're coming back. Let me tell you what I'm doing in July. I think it's somewhere in July. I'm having, do you remember the old school dating game?
Yes.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And you be sitting there, it either be a woman or a man, and be 3 of the opposite sex behind the little thingy thing. Well, it broke my heart, honey, when Leslie was on my show talking about some 33-to-1 stuff. I want my sisters hooked up.
Yeah.
I want my brothers hooked up, and I be trying to hook everybody up. My husband said, baby. I said, well, baby, my little track record kind of good around here. It is. I meet people like this. Hey, I be looking at that finger, because I got somebody in mind that I want people hooked up. I'm sorry. So I'm doing a dating game show.
Okay.
Yes. And yes, I'm a little prejudiced because I want the woman to be in the chair picking the men, since they got all the sisters. Get mad, call in. What? Okay. So I want you to sign in, send your information, though, brothers, so you can be one of the 3 behind the screen. But I want the sister in the chair choosing who she wants. She gonna let her choose. What? All right. But anyway, Jay Renee. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charlotte Johnson, for introducing me to her.
My prayer partner.
I thank you so much for tuning in to Straight from the Heart. I promised. I tried to do my best to keep it rum relational. Somebody said your R needs to stand for real. Well, real relational. U for uplifting, M for motivational. We try to keep it rum, and we try to keep it hot, honest, open, and transparent. I want to thank you, Jay Renee, for when I stepped toward your marriage, you didn't step back off on me like you can't go there. And I would have respected that because I want our dialogue to be clear. But you just helped somebody by letting them know what was up. You just helped a sister take her man off the pedal. Just today, they just took him down. Like, oh, you getting down, brother. You might jack up on me. Right? That's God's position. He's the only one on that pedestal.
That's it.
The only one that you bow down to and you worship in.
Yes.
We got another question? Oh, okay. I was going to say, good Lord. You have had the most questions of everybody on my show. Y'all better give it up for Miss J. Renee.
Come out. April 21st.
All right. That's it, you guys. Until next week. And next week, I will have Miss Monita Holly on the show, and I will have the brother who is the lead of the group Inspired, and he used to be in the group Brotherhood. Mr. Reginald Bailey will be on our show bringing that music next week. So until next week, I am Linda K. Lee, and just remember, we have got to talk, even if it's just for a minute. We have got to talk, because if we don't talk, we might walk too early than we should. Linda K. Lee, straight from your heart. Be blessed. I'm out.
Hey, it's Linda K. Lee.
It's Linda K. Lee.
On the internet TV.
On the internet TV. Relational.
Uplifting. Motivational.
We coming straight from the heart with this one.
Trying from the very start.